do is come over here and create an account. And if you don't have an account, you just do the create a public account. And if you do have one, just type it in. And what you'll need to do is to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the Esri page. Over here in the right corner is a tab that you click on Education. If you want to watch an introductory video about it, you can. But really what you need to do is to get a license for your school. It's free. So you click on the one that says ArcGIS for Schools bundle, because it has all that you need, ready to use web, mobile apps, pretty much everything that kids can use that's pretty easy. So when you click that, it will tell you what you're going to get. And if you want to take time to explore it, you can click on any of the blue links. Then you scroll down a little bit more and you request a free ArcGIS for Schools bundle. Type in your school's name. And go ahead and fill in your school address, city, country, that sort of thing. Make sure you click that agree to the terms and conditions, and then you click submit when you're done. And Esri will contact you once they have made sure that you're a real person and you're not a robot, and they'll get you set up with everything you need to start building some maps. So the next part of what we'll show you is what to do once you've got that.
Once you have been granted access by Esri for your organization, the next step to create your story map is to add members to your organization. I'm on my profile right here, so you can see there's different tabs. You're going to click Organization. Once you're in there, you can see part of your organization here. These are current members of my organization. So you can go in, and as an administrator, you can go in and change different account settings. Or once you are ready to add members, you will click Invite Members. There are 3 ways you can invite. You can add members without sending invitations. That you will need to remember what their username and password is, or you can notify them via email. I am going to invite Mary, so I'm going to hit next, and it will send her an invitation. There are red asterisks for things that are required. Okay. So first email, put in their email. It already sometimes sends you there, or sets up an email if you're okay with, or a username. If you're okay with that, you can do that, or you can go ahead and change it if you want to too. So I will put in Mrs. All caps?
No.
Okay. All right. And if you want to know the difference of levels, you're going to want them to be a level 2 so they can create, view, and share content. You can also change what they're going to be. You need to make everybody a publisher if you want them to create their own. and then hit next. Or you could have added another. So here's a check to make sure everything is where it needs to be. And then you can send an invitation.
Once you have your kids loaded into your organization, right? We're going to back out here a little bit, but once you've got your kids loaded in and you've given them some assignments to start doing some things, this might be something that you look at. So to get to their items, you click their name, right?
Yes.
And then you click Manage Items. And it'll show you all the things that they've been working on. We're going to take a look at Emily's Strange Animals.
Yep.
And then I'm going to have Rhonda kind of talk through what we're looking at. So the first thing that we do is go to look at what she did.
So we click View Application. There's a couple things you can also look at. If you wanted to share it, there's a URL down here that will copy it for you and share it. So if you wanted to put it on your school website, you could do that.
Yeah, which is super cool because we're always talking about how do we integrate technology and STEM and all that kind of stuff. This really enhances a kid's ability to show their technology.
Right.
In an easy, very understandable way. So let's go ahead and take a look at what she did.
So before I had my students create their Kansas maps, I had them create a map about anything they were interested in. And
Right.
so I took them through the process of, okay, you have what's something you're interested in. And so they came up with a list. And before they actually built their map, they did some research about whatever they were interested in.
Right, because part of having a story map is having the story that goes along with the map. And we don't want our kids to, this is definitely with, ELA, all kinds of standards are being met right here because she's doing research. She's also then making connections to real life text. She's using digital media. She's also using graphics to help better tell her story. So if teachers are really looking for something that's really going to be able to hit a bunch of standards in one good project, this is an amazing tool that they could use, right?
Yep. So Emily decided she was going to do Strange Animals. So the first step I had them do is go through the process of, with a graphic organizer, of picking 10 animals that she thought was strange. So she located her animals, she picked her animals, wrote a little information sentence about it, and then she figured out where it was. And she just wrote that on a graphic organizer. And if you see, it takes you through the story map and where it's located. And you can scroll in and see where it is.
And if you click that tag, it should pop up probably the same. She's just tagged it there to the side.
Right.
And it matches up her pictures.
Because she did a journal. That's what she chose. I think I pretty much had everybody, or not a journal. She did a different one. What was it called? Do you remember? I don't remember. But anyway, you have choices. Yeah, you have choices that you can do that with. So and then it'll take you through the next one so you can see it and exactly where they're located. If you wanted to get more in depth, where this tag is, you could put more information about it, and it would pop up.
If she wanted to make those changes, she would click this button right here, and she could go back in later on, even after she's published this map, and add more information. So she could change the color. She could even go back in and change the base map if she wants to. We're not going to do that to Emily because it's her map.
That's right.
And she might be in here looking at us going, what happened to my map?
Right. So, but it gives you a lot of extra options. And then when you're done, it is so important that you hit save, because if you don't save it,
it leaves.
It leaves. Yes.
Okay.
So
let's click it because we didn't really make any changes, but just in case.
Just in case.
So then once they were done with their map, they had to do the, is it the share button?
Yeah,
Right.
Share.
So you could do that. It's publicly accessible. So if you wanted to share this with your school board, or if you're looking at possibly maybe even sharing this as part of maybe even a gifted referral, this would be good evidence for you to have that a student was able to do this independently. And I think it would really help push some of your kiddos that you have that need that, or might actually engage some kids that you've never been able to get to do something, because it is pretty amazing what you can do with that data.
Yeah. One thing too is that if you are not ready for your students to share it publicly, you can have it shared privately at first, where only people in your organization could see. And then
that's back on that settings.
Yeah. And
that original homepage where your organization is at.
Yeah. And then you, as an administrator, I would have checked to make sure things were spelled correctly and information was correct. And once you've done the final review, then you as an administrator can go back in and share it publicly.
Cool. So really, you as the teacher still maintain some control over what's being put out there on the web to help keep students from having a moment where something is out there and it's not correct.
Right.
Okay. Anything else we need to share on this?
I don't think so.
All right. Okay. Thanks for listening.